We've only been doing like the official collaborating as an artist duo for 3 years now.
2004.
We do our own stuff, but you know, there's things that we've been wanting to do, but because, you know, we both have our own things that we do. We totally just, like, you know, on a regular basis get together and do exactly this, and just, he'll say something, I'll say something. He's always taking notes though, so put some paper in front of you or something.
Not this. It had a live space in it too.
It was a self-sufficient ice cream truck that was fortified to, you know, cruise around in any kind of terrain and blow up its enemy or patrons and serve them ice cream. Yeah.
And there was a book too as part of that show. Suspicious box
on the platform
at Market East. Yeah, I think the idea was just to like have some sort of evidence through like these objects that violence is so present, it's just been absorbed into every facet of life. The ice cream truck was one thing, you know, it's like this big truck. You kind of have to funnel a lot of energy and focus into this one thing, and you think of a lot of interesting stuff along the way, but you don't really get to touch any of it. You kind of have to, like, you make notes, you write it down, you try not to forget it, but you're still like making this one thing. So this show, the Fleischer Show, is a lot more about all of those little things that you kind of have to put on a back burner.
This was the first time we've been able to open up and cover more ground.
Do a wider variety of objects.
Some of them won't make it. So.
Some of them didn't make it. I really, really wanted to make these little roaches with radar dishes.
Smart vermin.
Smart vermin. There's rat versions of those too. We made one of those once for a show.
So, I always try to turn anything in my own life that's tragedy. I try to view it as comedy. I'm with, you know, in time, tragedy becomes comedy, I think.
If you can disarm people, they might just be more open.
Yeah,
I think uncomfortable stuff.
And I think it allows you to take a viewer further. Yeah, it works, and for me it comes very naturally, and I think for him too. For me it's more outward. I'm more outward with that.
Yeah, I know. Like for me, if I can make someone laugh, then I'll immediately feel more comfortable. Yeah. So I think that's part of it too. I think the big part is getting comfortable with what you're looking at or what you're experiencing for whatever, even if it's not a funny thing, if formally somehow you're into it, either the way it looks or the way it's done or its construction or something. If you're successful there, then you kind of throw the door open for whatever's coming next. I also just really like funny stuff.
Yeah. They're two separate worlds for me, for sure.
Well, Man Man is taking off a lot more than when I was in. It's a totally different adventure, but it's
my job.
Yeah, it's a job.
It's my job.
You know, it's like you go on tour, you get home, and you want to put it down for a little while.
When making work and thinking about work, that's my job too. And I think music actually, for me, plays more of a role of like decompressing and relaxing.
We wrote 2 songs while working on this show, working on the Fleischer Show.
So, yeah, it definitely is a completely different world, because that's where like we can just forget about everything and like meet on a completely different plane and just chill and not worry about anything else. And then put the guitars down and
Get back to work.
So this is his studio. I was like, whatever.
So this whole project, my desk has been like my desk
next to
next to the pillar in between that cot, and I'm like, this is my fucking studio. Why do I get the shit seat here? The whole place is filled up. When I was upstairs, every other floor was still like functioning sewing factory, and there was a brothel on the first floor. I think all but the second floor is artist spaces now. So everything had to be built. Down here is a little bit more domestic than upstairs was. This is a nice balance.
I don't help.
Nobody helps. We're all artists here.
I don't even live here, and I drag stuff in here all the time.
Billy has actually, in the time that I've been here, moved 2 Hammond organs into the space. And neither one of them really work.
What? No. That's not true.
We've always been really involved in each other's work. It's been kind of more formalized.
In this show that we just did, it was very... The playing field had been leveled a lot. And we learned a lot about each other and how we work.
Like, we only had 2 arguments.
Yeah. We've gone beyond that.
We're growing up.
We're growing up. We're adults.
I think this is a lifelong adventure.
Yeah, for sure.